They were filming St. Dennis Medical. As you saw, the wigwag lights were awesome to go quiet. But we're going inside an area you might recognize from an iconic movie called Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox and Sophia Loren. There's the clock tower where Doc Brown says Marty McFly Back to the Future. It looks a little different today because the building has evolved throughout the years. You know, throughout the years, lots of productions have shot here. And you see those geese right there? Those are real geese. They're not fake. Take pictures. You see, not everything in Hollywood is fake, okay? But folks, if you look to your right, you see it says Bel Air Academy Bookstore. Yeah, they were recently filming here Bel Air. And when they're filming a production, they dress it up for that production. All right? But I want y'all to start spreading the news. We're headed right now. That's my best Broadway voice, everybody, as we take you inside New York, New York. Our New York Street comes complete with its own Macy's, its own Broadway theaters. You know who's no stranger to New York? My co-host, Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Yeah, that's right. You know, New York doesn't just represent New York, it could also represent any metropolitan area in the world. With the work and collaboration between the production designers, art directors, prop masters, and the hundreds of people that work behind the cameras and help bring these stories to life. Here we've also shot some of our shows like American Ninja Warrior. For that show, they built the LA obstacle course in the middle of the street. They even have a live audience that comes out and watches the live taping of the show. And this was all dressed up to look like Boston in 1993 for Ted. Yeah. They even added street phones. Remember the pay phones you put in a quarter, make a call? Yeah, some of you do. For others, it's vintage. A lot of high-profile directors have collaborated with us here at Universal throughout the years, from Alfred Hitchcock to Steven Spielberg to Angelina Jolie to Academy Award-winning director Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw pictures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Starline, and it was great to have you along for the ride. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just put your hand in and we're about to return to Starline. We really put a lot of thought into the character and personality. He's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not a monster. He is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important creature.
friends, you can't complain. You just finished meeting the biggest star here in Hollywood! King Kong! You know, you're not going to need your 3D glasses anymore, but keep them handy. You will be returning them at the end of the tour. The epic battle scene was projected on one of the world's largest 3D screens, standing over 40 feet tall, 180 feet long, utilizing some of the most modern-day technology to film it. The movie was designed by Peter Jackson and the team at Weta Effects, with the figures at Weta Effects and won 7 Academy Awards for the movie Kong, Avatar, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit Trilogy, Jungle Book, to name a few. And now we're going to be passing right behind King Kong's original home, New York. Now, the last thing I told you about New York was that they dressed it up to look like downtown Boston in 1993 for TED. So I'm going to show you some scenes from TED that shot here, and also in Courthouse Square, where the Back to the Future set was. Check this out.
Hi everyone, Seth MacFarlane here, and I'm excited to share with you a behind-the-scenes look at my Peacock original event series, TED. It's a prequel series set in 1993. And that means our skilled craftspeople had to build a high school, a house, and even recreate downtown Boston as it looked back in the day, using exterior sets and facades that you're about to see on the tour. But I should warn you, TED is intended for mature audiences only. So grown-ups, tell the kids to go in the other room before you watch. Oh, come on!
And we're now driving down London Square, the yellow buildings, the mural, all of London Square. And you know, King Kong is considered to be a movie monster, and Universal invented the horror movie genre. Yes, we did. So soon on the right, you're going to see a beautiful mural paying a tribute to our classic monsters created by artist Tristan Eaton.
An instrumental part of the process of designing these murals was again to go to the Universal Archive. Going there, I got to see in person props from the movies, photos from behind the scenes, illustrations from those movie posters, all the stuff. I had an early affection for movie monsters. I was always fascinated by the magic behind it. So that I fell in love with zombie movies and monster movies as a young kid. My world that I come from is skateboarding and graffiti and comic books. You always have to pay homage to where that art form started. And for me, it started with getting stuff in the street illegally, tagging billboards and dumpsters. And without that, I never would be here speaking like this.
I've never ever seen this.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Okay, well, maybe it's not all that bad.
Oh, yeah. How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
But you know what's super awesome? Since Universal invented the horror movie genre, all your favorite classic monsters, they got their start here in Little Europe. This was, I think, England for The Invisible Man, Transylvania for Dracula, Paris for The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I think Universal think of monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Hunchback. The Invisible Man, and the opera classic.
That Frankenstein. It's one of the great icons of the world.
That to me was like the essence of the Universal. There's more Morris Carvel, War Machine.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie, really scary.
They're still waiting on memories now. You know?
Yep, we sure do love them. Our tour is approximately at the halfway mark. I just want to remind everybody to stay seated during the entire tour. The studio is private property. If you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord to get my attention. I'll be back to assist you. But to remain seated on the tram. Now, folks, every single year, since Universal invented the horror movie genre, every single year Universal releases a monster movie. For example, the dinosaurs in Jurassic World, those are considered movie monsters. Let's check out our movie monsters throughout the years. All right. Looks like we're headed inside a real soundstage. Everybody, please remain seated. Hold on to those personal belongings. We don't want to tamper with anything in here. This is a hot set. They've been filming in here. Let's check it out. And this is all dressed up at the San Francisco Metro Station. You see all the production items in here because they've been filming. It looks like they're going to be setting up their next shot there on the left where it says tickets because the lights are pointing in that direction and there's a camera near the center aisle also pointing in that direction. Currently, they're filming the continuity of one of their scenes. Anytime a director shoots a scene, they have to take different takes using different angles. Don't worry, folks, it's a little tremor. Happens in California once in a blue moon. Still already done. Everyone, hold on. Earthquake, which celebrated last year, its 50th year anniversary. This year we have a movie celebrating its 50th this month, and that movie is Jaws.
Hi folks, Chief Brody here. You may have heard we have a shark problem, so I'm afraid the beaches are closed.
Yeah, you got a real bad case out there, Chief. I'm here to offer my services. Thanks, Mr. Quinn, but we do already have a plan. You can hire me in the open this summer, or you can play it cheap.
Well, we do have Officer George patrolling the waters already.
Georgie? Ivy? Sounds like amateur hour to me. Good luck with that one, Chief.
All right, fine, the beaches are closed, but who wants to go to the beach? All right, we'll pass by there. Let's see what's going on here. You know, the three women eating shark terrorize the waters of the beach. Don't worry, folks, they caught it. There it is. Take pictures of the shark that they caught. Make sure you post those pictures on whatever social media you're on right now. Let everyone know they caught it, okay? What? Oh, no, don't take pictures of the swimming shark. We don't want that on any social media. You hear me, now? What, George, what are you doing in there? Get out of there, George! Hurry, get out! No! I can't believe it. He totally needed that bigger boat. We've been asking for it since 1975. Nothing. All right, let's get out of here. Yeah, we're leaving. Let's go, hurry. Master. Why are we stopping? Oh no, we're stopped. Oh man.
Creature alive today. Has survived millions of years of evolution. Without change, without passion, and without logic. It is as if God created the devil, gave him jaws. From the best-selling novel, Jaws. Rated PG. Maybe too intense for younger children.
Yeah, the ratings have changed since then. That was the original trailer for the movie Jaws, since we celebrate its 50th year anniversary this month. And we're on our way to Old Mexico. We're going to show you how weather effects are made in movies. And that's movie thunder, my friends. How do we create movie thunder? Big lights hidden from the camera. That little sound effect. Voila, movie thunder. How about the movie rain? The movie rain falls out of sprinklers that are hidden from the camera. It's a Hollywood illusion. And guess what, folks? You're in luck because I'm a movie director. I know how to take care of this with one word, and that word is cut. Okay? Why don't y'all help me out here? Say it one more time with me at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Cut! Okay, forget it. That didn't work. But it didn't work because we're in Mexico. Let's try it in Spanish. Corte! Alright, help me out, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Corte! Oh no, what? Ay, 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 amigos. I can't believe it. Flash flood. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see how the camera captures that moment in Big Fat Liar. We're gonna say adios to Mexico and howdy to 6 Points, where all the famous Western stars used to roam around. And movies like Sony's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by Quentin Tarantino, shot here. A24's Maxine with Mia Goth, The Color Purple, directed by Steven Spielberg with Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey. Let's see how this area looks like when it comes to life with little help from our friend Jimmy Fallon. House was. Ted was recently living there. And around the corner, you're even going to see some of the picture cards they're using for the birds. But we're going to be taking you up Steven Spielberg Drive, and we have a long relationship with the Academy Award-winning director.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. This was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I was sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on location, but most of us focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
And we're approximately 15 minutes from the end of the tour. We'll be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to pull the emergency cord if you need assistance, and please remain seated at all times. Now, anytime you see a vehicle in a movie or TV show, it's what we call a picture car. Some of these cars are more famous than the actors who drive them. On the left, you're seeing some of your favorite picture cars from TV and films like the Fast and Furious cars. But it was a road just like this one on a dark and drizzly night. A young woman named Marion Crane was escaping authorities after stealing $40,000 from her boss. She came to this motel, had 12 rooms, so vacancies, was attended by a man named Norman Bates. And guess what, folks? It's all vacant today. If anyone needs to take a break, a shower, or whatever, we're getting closer to the Psycho House. On our way to the Psycho House, you see a replica of the Hollywood sign, all dressed up for the 50th anniversary of Jaws. But as we get closer to the Psycho House, look who's visiting. Norman visiting his mother. How sweet. If you look upstairs, folks, you'll see Mother. She's usually seated by the top window, keeping an eye out on her son, Norman Bates. Hey, Norman, will you slash some prices off the hotel stay tonight? What are you doing? Not like that, Norman! Don't put it away! This is a family-friendly tour, Norman Bates. That's rude. Unbelievable. What happened here? Uh-oh. Disaster struck in War of the Worlds, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Tom Cruise. What we see here is a real 747 they destroyed for this scene.
All designed around he said, yeah, to sit down and talk about the war in Europe. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in the big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing everything you resume. That's not your pleasure. Now, post. Let me get in. Get in.
Did you see in your phone that cloud?
No.
I ain't never seen nothing like this.
We're on our way to Jupiter's claim to tell you about the set is director Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupe Park. Over there, look into the Winking Lab and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? Like, a little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience, built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of old rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. Smack down in the center of the hotspot. What's a bad miracle? Welcome to the world of no.
As long as you didn't look up. Nope. But hey folks, throughout the tour we've been showing you a few practical sets like the Jupiter's Claim set. Now I'm going to show you a different kind of set. Off to the right you're going to see a big backdrop. They could paint it either in blue or green. And right in front there's a lake. They usually fill the lake up with water. It could represent an entire ocean. So, and the backdrop could represent horizons, skylines. Filmmakers use either a blue screen or green screen when filming scenes that require lots of special effects. And right now I'm about to show you some scenes from films that shot here at Falls Lake. So you see how we use this set for filming.